So let's start.
Hey now, welcome folks. Thank you for joining us this evening on EVLTV for a little bit of UGC Platinum Season 18 playoff Highlander action between Memento Mori and 92 Dream Team. These two teams are going to be duking it out on PL Upward this evening for our first round of the playoffs. Some big stuff on the line for both these guys, but I am, well, one of your casters, Gecks. Alongside me, I have my good buddy Grizz as well as Dashner on production. How we doing this evening, Grizz?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm excited for another great match on Upward tonight as we have Memento Mori taking on 92 Dream Team. Starting it off, got some Crits Creek stickies going up. Interesting strap I read.
Yeah, I'm throwing it out there right away. We don't have too much time here. We'll just go down these rosters really quickly because these guys are about to get things started. 92 Dream Team will be starting off on defense first, and Memento Mori on offense. But going down the 92 Dream Team roster, we have Slemnish playing on Scout, Trippa on Soldier, Lazy on Pyro, ODB on Demo, Vanilla Love on Heavy, Little Death, or aka Uncle Dane 1. Inside joke there on NG, Coldster on Med, Space Ghost Coffee on Sniper, and Scruff McGruff on Spy. Over on Memento Mori, we have Kev on Scout, Doll on Soldier, Geosis on Pyro, Giraffe on Demo, Eerie Person on Heavy, Scratchy, aka Uncle Dane 2 on NG, and then Apple on Med, Bagel on Sniper, and Deft on Spy. Anyway, right off the start, we saw Vanilla Love went down. I don't know, these guys have crazy aliases for us, so bear with us this evening, folks. It's going to be tough for us to follow the action. None of them decided to alias up as their proper names, so some people may get called by their improper name, but we're headed right into it here. We got Memento Mori pushing that card steady straight away. Eerie's going to go down, as well as Geosis on the side of Memento Mori here. So a couple players down. They're also going to lose Giraffe there. That's 3 big picks. The Uber gets popped off. Coldster still has yet to use their crit streak, and they should be able to clean up house with it. Actually, they're back on to Uber. They got their crit stickies off and switched back over to Uber. Very clever play by the 92 Dream Team side. They hold off that first push here. It seems that they do have a scout in onto Coldster. They managed to take care of him quite easily, though, and we will have a reset.
Yeah, excellent job by Memento Mori keeping up the sentry gun there. Excellent job by Uncle Dane too. Really good job of keeping the cart way back, making sure that Memento Mori had to push that cart way up into the easy sight line. But the sentry gun is going to go down as a nice peek by Bagel gets it from on the right side of the house.
So they're trying to rebuild the Ubers up here. Very slight advantage in favor of Coldster. Pretty much negligible, though. Not really too much they'll be able to do with it. Is a couple of frags going across here. Scruff went down as he was trying to get in for a play. Coldster actually goes down to a body shot from Bagel. Just not positioning himself all that well there, it seems, and that is a crucial pick. They're going to be able to grab this first point pretty quickly here. Memento Mori off to a fantastic start, and they're going to have themselves a good bit of advantage here, Grizz.
Yeah, Red forced way back after the loss of their medic. They're going to, Memento Mori really going to easily take that tunnel, move the cart way up. This second point is not going to be a solid hold, and the rest of 92 is going to be forced to hold that third point, which is proven over and over and over again to be such a critical part of this map. And
Indeed.
We're getting a pause.
Yes. Oh, just what we were looking for.
No, it's
uh,
perfect.
yeah.
More waiting.
Yeah, why not? You know, typical TF2 fashion here. So we got to pause. We'll be waiting, but Memento Mori off to a fantastic start, really. Since we didn't get to go over too much pregame, I guess we can kind of do that now. Both teams sitting at 5-3 going into playoffs. I guess technically, or 6-3 if you want to throw their bye week in there. It doesn't really matter. Nonetheless, they both lost 3 games. And last match that 92, or the last time these two teams met, excuse me, in UGC, I believe it was week 2 on Asheville, and Memento Mori lost that game. 92 Dream Team put a pounding on them, 4-0 on Asheville in week 2. Very commanding, though. That is King of the Hill, and we are playing Payload, so it's a bit of a different game here. And as far as the last matches that both of these teams played, we do have 92 Dream Team lost to K&D in their last match, which was on Steel. They lost that 2-0. Memento Mori, they were able to beat Silver Savages, or excuse me, yes, yes, Silver Savages on Steel 2-1. My notes are all over the place here. So they won their last match, but they're sitting at the same score line here, same record going into playoffs, and the winner of this will go on to actually play K&D in the upper bracket semifinals. Whoever wins this game, loser gets knocked down to the lower bracket, as it is a double elimination. Just trying to give you guys kind of the picture of how playoffs are going here. We didn't really get to throw out any predictions of any sort, Grizz. I know you've been kind of in and out as far as staying in tune with things this season. But I mean, what are you thinking for this game, especially considering the start here that Memento Mori's had?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's I got a little bit of a bias now. I can definitely pick who I think is going to be a big performer. Of course, I expected Bagel Bagel and Scruff not Scruff, Space Ghost to go back and forth through this match. I think they're relatively even based on their performance this season. I think Space Ghost might be a little bit more favored in the matchup, but I mean, snipers are just going to be so important on this map, just like they always are. It's really going to be up to them to make a big play, like Bagel has been doing, taking out that sentry gun as well as Coldster. And if he keeps that up, I think he's gonna give his team a lot of breathing room as they march on to this third point. But other than that, I really expect the Giraffe versus ODB matchup to be pretty good. Giraffe has been in the league for such a long time, really just shown over and over again that he's just a top tier player. And ODB having a really, really good season from what I hear. So we'll see who shows up tonight and manages to take the W.
And both these teams have had trouble going up against K&D, who they'll have to play. One of these teams will go on to play K&D, as I said, in that upper bracket semifinals. They both had trouble playing against K&D this season. They both took losses to them, and they both lost to DK as well. And those are kind of your two top of the league teams at the moment, and they're already sitting with their buys on week 1, awaiting the teams from these first round of playoffs to finish up their matches, and they will play next week on Product. But still, nonetheless, definitely want to get yourself off to a good start to the playoffs, stay in that upper bracket at least as long as you can, so you at least have that that lower bracket to fall back on in case you do lose a match. You never want to utilize that if you don't have to, but certainly these guys are fighting to stay in that upper bracket and not have their playoff race on the line if they lose going into the next match. So hopefully we'll see a good game. We're still in the pause. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if we have a little bit more time, I'd like to point out 2 more players to watch. Daft, however you'd like to pronounce his name, Daft Joe. Incredible spy, really just playing out of his mind this season, as well as I think I was told I don't know as much about 92. I've heard Trippa has been really on point as well, so we'll see how he does. But those two should make some plays for their team. Scout obviously going to be a little bit more active on defense. I'm also losing connection to the server, so we might have a little bit of a connection problem, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, I've seen it do this a couple times now. It'll say connection problem, and then it'll go back to normal, and it keeps flip-flopping. So we'll try and figure that out. But we'll talk in the meantime and keep you guys hopefully entertained. And one of the big things leading right up to this match, originally I thought Blues was going to be playing Scout for 92 Dream Team. Then I heard Angry Officer was going to be playing Scout. And eventually they ended up with Slemnish as their Scout on 92 Dream Team, which I think is fantastic, really. I mean, Slemnish playing currently for EVL Gaming in ESEA Invite, and I believe they're sitting in 3rd place in ESEA Invite at the moment. They'll have the 3rd seed going into playoffs. Very, very good Scout. And definitely a force to be reckoned with. I've never really seen him play Highlander all that much, though I would have to imagine his incredible DM skill transfers. Yeah. Yeah, very, very solid player in 6s, as you said. I would assume at least going into Highlander, very good as well. So definitely a player to watch in my book as well. I think he'll be making an impact for 92 Dream Team this evening, though he hasn't done well. I would look at the scoreboard to see how he's done, but we lost connection to the STV, so we're gonna just keep going with the flow. Of course, 92 Dream Team having a bit of a rough start here on their first hold as Coldster went down to that body shot from Bagel of Memento Mori, and that really set them up to just sweep those first 2 points in pretty quick fashion. And they, I believe, as we got disconnected, Apple was sitting at 100%, and I think Coldster was only at about 30% or so. So they'll have a good bit of advantage to work in with into trying to make a push towards that 3rd point. And Scruff McGruff is telling me that the server crashed. So
nice.
the actual server crashed, not just the STV. So hopefully that can get sorted out rather quickly. In the meantime, there was a bit of knowledge that I wanted to drop on a cast way earlier this season, and I never got to, and I was casting a Memento Mori game. What's that?
Is it a video? Is it the video that I sent?
No, not that one, but we might be able to squeak that in at some point, at least I hope. But as you know, in past casts, if you've listened to Grizz and I before, we like to teach you guys a little something as we watch TF2.
Whether it be related to
TF2, yeah, whether it be related to TF2 or just something completely irrelevant to TF2, or maybe it's relevant to
must go on, ladies and gentlemen.
Something in there when we have these lovely times when a server crashes or there's a pause or something. So for those of you that don't know what Memento Mori is, and I didn't know till I looked it up, and well, there's kind of 2 different ways you can look at it here, but according to Wikipedia, Memento Mori is the medieval Latin theory and practice of reflection on morality, especially as a means of considering the vanity of early life, oh my goodness, and the transient nature of all earthly goods and pursuits. I'm looking for a layman's terms definition for that, something that makes a little more sense, but it's basically like a view on life, from what I remember last time looking at this. But the other thing of this is, if you guys have ever seen the film Memento, which is an excellent movie, I recommend you all go check it out at some point. But the film Memento was based off of a short story called Memento Mori that was written by Jonathan Nolan. And of course, his brother Christopher Nolan was the one that produced and directed the movie Memento. So yeah, so his brother wrote the short story Memento Mori, and then they created the film Memento, which is total mind F. Have you seen that, Grizz? That movie by chance?
I have.
Yeah.
I saw it at a sleepover in like 6th grade.
Yeah, it's an old one. I don't know when that movie came out.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a while ago, I think. Yeah. Oh wow, 2000. Okay, I didn't realize it was that old. Yeah, really good movie. But yeah, that's your other kind of look at Memento Mori as what it is.
There it is. We did it. We managed to go yet another cast with the pause and facts for the viewers.
Yep. I mean, if we're just gonna sit here rather than pick our nuts or whatever, we can at least learn a little something in the meantime, and why not? But anyway, I think we may have gotten some STV info here, Grizz, if you check out your mumble, and hopefully that works. And oh, bad spectator password. All right. Okay, Dashner's. Maybe I didn't.
I think I'm on the way. Progress is being made.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, there we go.
See, the problem here is that it just wouldn't be a TF2 cast without a pause and a server being broken.
No, goodness, this is a requirement of a TF2 cast, don't you know?
It's part of the excitement. It's like the coin flip at a football game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but much better. Trust me, this is just building suspense. Though, if the server crashed,
New round.
We're just starting over, or
that's how it works. It's unfortunate, but they are not really able to recreate what happened, I don't think. So they will have to redo the round.
Which is
that's my experience.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Memento Mori because they were off to such a good start too. I mean, they were basically, they stormed those first 2 points and then potential to really get in through a third. But yeah, I mean, they were looking really, really solid there. And Dashner said something in my ear. Hello, friend. What was that?
Okay, yeah. Let's go back to rosters.
Yeah, as you can see, we're just kind of taking this nonchalant here. We're all over the place, so we're just gonna restart. Essentially, we'll act like this is our first time in here. Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? Thanks for joining us on EVLTV for some UGC Platinum Highlander Season 18 playoffs action. I'm trying to talk over the guys in the server. I'm gonna voice enable 0. But yeah, we have Memento Mori going off against 92 Dream Team. And well, let's kind of go over some roster rundowns. That's what we were alluding to here, Grizz. Why don't you go ahead and run down one of those for us?
All right, 92 going to be showing up with Slemnish on Scout, Trippa on Soldier. I believe it is actually going to be a little different from what's on your screen. I think it is Lazy on Pyro, ODB on Demo, Vanilla Love on Heavy, Uncle Dane, of course, on Engineer, Coldster on Medic, Space Ghost Coffee on Sniper, and Scruff McGruff rounding it out on Spy.
And over on the Memento Mori side of things, you have Kev on Scout, Doll on Soldier, Geosis on Pyro, Giraffe on Demo, Eerie Person on Heavy, Scratchy on Engie, or Uncle Dane #2. I know, inside jokes. It's fun for everybody. Apple on Medic, Bagel on Sniper, and Daft on Spy. And that's your rosters that we're looking at for this game. So yeah, it's, as we were saying before, it's quite unfortunate. We had a server crash, in case you're just joining us, and I think we're going to have to restart the round. It's really a darn shame if you're a fan of Memento Mori, because they were off to an incredible start to their offensive push on the first round, and I see people still talking about this in the server. I don't know if this is still up for debate. As far as we understand it, it's going to be a restart to the round, but well, I guess we'll have to wait for full-on confirmation for that. But yeah, really a darn shame there, Grizz. I mean, what does that do to you as a player? I know you've been around the block a few times in this. Like, what does that do to you as a player if you are off to just like such a good start like that, and you have a server issue or something else like that, and you have to restart, or you don't get to continue on with that round? I mean, you know, what does that do to the mind of a player?
I mean, obviously, if you're a Memento Mori player right now, you're a little disheartened. That's obviously a really strong start to a round, especially on a map like Upward, which is very snowbally at times, where, you know, getting those first few points really quickly can lead to, you know, just a great offensive time and really take a lot of stress off on defense. Not to mention, I mean, it's also a little bit of a disadvantage for the defense, because, you know, Memento Mori is going to know what to expect even more now. Maybe they'll have an even better time. So, although it's disheartening, there are definitely drawbacks for both sides.
Yeah, I think Memento Mori probably got a little more of the crap end of the stick, if I had to throw it out there. They were off to such a great start, but, you know, things happen. These things do happen, sadly, and As far as we understand it, there will be a restart to the round. I know Giraffe was a little upset with that as I saw him talking in the chat, but he was saying we're not doing a restart. I think he's being stubborn, but anyway, we'll see what the final verdict is, but should be a round restart. And we had kind of talked before about who your players to watch here are. Not only players individually, but what are your main classes that are going to make a big impact on a map like Upward, Grizz?
I mean, Sniper is obviously going to be big on any payload map, especially with kind of the meta that's developed of really sticking them next to your medic and letting them do the heavy lifting, it might be called, for your team. Letting great players like Bagel and Space Ghost Coffee just knock some heads out and open up some space for their team. And also, of course, Demo Man, with that pocket demo style that's been developed over the past, 6, 7, 8 seasons, I guess it's been, is also going to be really important, especially pushing these points third and fourth. Going to be so tough can be very tough to get up that little ramp area and push third point, as well as to take the sentry gun out and take that last point. So they should be important. And of course, just all around great players. Slemnish, I think, is going to be a huge player. Trippa, as well as I've heard really, really good things about Daft as well. So we'll see if he can perform.
I'll definitely be keeping an eye on those guys. As I was saying before, Slemnish is going to be one of my main guys to watch in this game, certainly. Because just the high level that he plays at in sixes and the kind of DM and just skill that he brings to the 92 Dream team here going into this match, certainly highly skilled. Third place team in ESEA invite currently that he is on EVL Gaming, and I think he'll be a great asset to them going forward in this match. But I believe we're sitting with almost a full 18 in the server. Maybe I think we're just waiting. Yes. Oh, we just got it. Our 18th person in here. So I hear the countdown.
Prediction.
I've
been wrong in every playoff game I've casted, save finals. So I'm going to go with Memento Mori only because they had such a strong showing at first.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here and just go against what you're saying and say 92 Dream Team's gonna take this one, partially based on the fact that they won on Asheville when they played before. Of course, rosters are different now, as well as various other factors. But we'll go with 92 Dream Team, at least for me. And I think I don't want to say it was a complete fluke, because Coldster definitely didn't have the best positioning and allowed Bagel to get that really big pick that he got on that first round, and he had sorry, I'm getting bombarded with Steam messages. He didn't have the best positioning. I think Bagel still made a great shot, but I don't foresee that happening again, especially now that you can learn from that experience. But it looks like 92 Dream Team is now starting on offense. Are they going based off of time from last round, or?
It's been thrown around in chat, but I think we're really gonna have to wait and see at this point.
Yeah, so we're gonna just play it by ear here, folks. We're not all that sure what's going on, but we do have ODB goes in for a bomb right away here, but it gets taken down, and that will be him out of the fight. Trippa went down as well. Both of them went in for a bomb, and well, now they're just moving that cart steadily on forward. Bagel takes out Little Death, aka Uncle Dane, and we still have yet to see Coldster make his way out with the Uber on the side of 92 Dream Team.
Yeah, Kev doing a nice job owning that left side flank. Beat Slemnish in the first 1v1. He is going to get chased down, though, and taken out by Trippa, who picks up a double kill.
So they do pop this Uber off here. Coldster sends it off onto flashing off a couple of players here, and 3 players down on the side of Memento Mori. Apple uses, well, they exchanged, and I believe that was a... Well, they're actually close to capping up on this first point here. 2 players down, 3 now make that on the side of the 92 Dream Team, but they're staying steady on this cart. They've fallen back now, Memento Mori, so they grab the first point, and they will be moving steadily on forward here. Ubers will be just about even on this one, essentially even. Negligible advantage on the side of Memento Mori, so they're just holding tight behind these rocks, and Bagel will actually get the body shot on the Space Ghost Coffee to take him out, getting rid of that sniper presence, which is a big deal on this map just because of how effective those snipers can be. But 92 Dream Team continuing to press forward here. Eerie, very, very hurt, is going to have to back off. Apple got quite hurt as well, so they'll have to retreat to cover here back towards their spawner.
Yeah, they looked like they were setting up a nice forward hold, which has kind of been taken advantage of in previous seasons. But unfortunately, the gun is going to go down for Scratchy, and he's going to have to pull back to this third point. It's not too bad of a loss, though, because as long as they get a strong hold on third, it should be all right. But unfortunately, Scratchy getting a lot of pressure here from Scruff McGruff, who might take him out, which would be a big loss. And he does actually, Scratchy actually does manage to make it out, so it's going to help set up this third point.
Yeah, made it out alive. And just as, yeah, I was going to say, just as we say it, he ends up going down to the pipe from ODB. So 92 is making pretty quick work of these points here as well. They're moving quite quickly through this one. 2 points in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So they are doing quite well for themselves here so far. Little Death goes down to the backstab of Death, but we see for the time being even Uber situation. As we said before, players in the server are aliasing, so bear with us on calling out some of these players' names. It may be a bit difficult at times, but anyway, back into this one. It looks like that Uber will get popped off from Memento Mori, trying to send forward into the 92 Dream Team, but they're not finding a whole lot of anything. Apple goes down to the headshot from Space Ghost Coffee. Great work from him. That'll leave Coldster with a full Uber advantage. Apple was trying to get himself out of there after that post Uber, as they really tried to get into the 92 Dream Team, couldn't find it. Now they have a full Uber advantage, and they're looking quite good here, Grizz.
Yeah, huge play there by Space Ghost Coffee, taking down Apple, making this third point much, much more pushable with the full Uber advantage. Trying to get some harass on the cart, but unfortunately, this looks like they're going to take it, and this is an extremely fast time right now.
Yeah, they are just chugging along, man, and with this advantage that they have, they could even be making a look at, well, potentially a round closing here. Trippa goes up top, takes down Apple once again. They popped off the Uber, and he is able to take down Apple yet again here. 92 Dream Team getting the pick on the Memento Mori medic, and they are in dire straits at the moment. Memento Mori, 92 Dream Team just stuck on this cart, pushing it full speed ahead, and they are certainly hurting at the moment. Memento Mori, they will have to pull off something miraculous here if they want to hold this off. They gotta get somewhat of a defense going if they want to have a chance, but Space Ghost Coffee says no, taking down Apple yet again here, and that just hurts if you're on 92 or on Memento Mori, excuse me. But 92 Dream Team going on offense came to play here, Grizz.
It's not over yet, but I mean, Memento Mori just losing so much control over this last point, trying to go in 1v2s, 1v3s, and just getting taken apart. But Scratchy goes in, gets him off the cart. Nice play there as Giraffe cleans it up. They do have a chance to salvage at least a little bit of time here if they can kind of reconfigure their defense. However, Coldster going in with this 100% Uber advantage.
And they will pop that Uber straight on in here. Bagel was able to get one. Actually took down ODB, but there's Bagel taking down Coldster with a body shot once the Uber was finished. So Memento Mori with a little bit of life here, but that cart is so close to being capped here, and there's only 4 players up on the side of Memento Mori. ODB in tight is able to take down Scratchy, and they should be able to finish off this cap. There's only a couple guys up on the side of Memento Mori. 92 Dream Team finishes off that round in 5 minutes and 44 seconds, Grizz. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I mean, huge plays there by Bagel, taking down the medic not once but twice on that last point, as well as an absolutely great heads-up play by Trippa to pick him, the red medic as he went up top. All 3 just meant that Memento Mori couldn't get a solid defense without any Uber percentage. And Coldster, even though he dropped ODB on the way in, still managed to have 100% Uber charge to plow through the remaining defense. So Very solid work there. Looked like Giraffe and Scratchy might have been able to hold on for a few more seconds, but both got picked there at the end.
Well, that is... I mean, we thought Memento Mori had a good start. When they were on the offense there on that kind of faux round that we had, or I don't even know what that round meant at this point. We're still kind of confused, I guess, but I mean, that was incredible from 92 Dream Team. I mean, what's the fastest round that you'll see on an offense? I mean, that you've really ever seen on this map?
It's a round. I think like humanly possible is something like high 2s or 3s or something, but I mean 5 is just incredibly fast. That's very infrequently beat. Scruff McGruff does go down to a nice stab though. That's Spy v Spy action.
Gotta love a little Spy v Spy action. Right, is this live? No, I don't think. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're chalking that one up to Memento Mori. Yeah, I think they actually did come to some sort of consensus, and I guess they're going into the second half now. So.
Well then. Yeah.
I think 92 took that one.
Okay.
Yeah, 92.
Yeah, I was gonna say 92. We were. Dashner's in our ear, like, sorry, who won that? I was thinking the same thing, but I mean, you can't really say much there. 92 definitely deserved that, I think. It's still unfortunate for Memento Mori. I mean, for them having such a good start off that first round where the server disconnected, I mean, that's gotta at least throw you for a bit of a loop going through the rest of the game. But, I mean, these things happened. And nonetheless, 92 is going to take the first round, so it looks like we're going into a second half here, but so far, I mean, 92 is looking pretty solid. You sure you don't want to change that prediction there, Grizz?
Nope, I'm holding fast. I think the second round, they're going to recompose themselves. I think Giraffe's leadership is going to be put to the test here. And I think that Kev is going to definitely have to step up a little bit on that scout role. Now that we finally have names, we might be able to actually tell people what's going on.
Oh, do we have proper names now? Is that a thing? That's that's fantastic. Makes our lives much easier. So anyway, we're waiting for everybody to change sides and change their names, as half of them were aliased to something different. It might take a little while, so but anyway, we're getting things sorted out here to head into the second half. And 92 Dream Team taking, as we said, our first half here, and looking so solid off that, much off the picks from Space Ghost Coffee, really. I mean, he got 2 med picks, as you were saying before, 2 ridiculous med picks. Trippa even got one in there as well, as Apple was standing up top at last, and then Trippa just bombed straight up there. Now, do you think those headshots that Space Ghost Coffee was able to ring off and take down Apple, is that a positioning issue from Apple, or just more of Space Ghost Coffee making some excellent plays?
No, that's a thing that a lot of people will bring up, especially when you get to this level. And what can you really prevent with positioning, and what is just going to be an element of you getting caught in transition? A lot of these picks are happening when they're trying to move to the next point, or they're getting out of their established holds. Obviously, none of these medics are going to make a mistake that's as obvious as standing in a sight line that the sniper can see from spawn. But when they're moving from first to second, or from that second point back to third, or after these Uber engages, it's really hard to position yourself in a way that a sniper can't make those big shots.
So not fully a positioning issue there.
No. I mean, some of the when you get to this level and the snipers are as good as they are, some of it you're just going to have to chalk up to they're going to make good plays.
Right, and that certainly makes sense. And Space Ghost Coffee made the plays there, really helped 92 Dream Team steam through that round and finish in miraculous time. I believe it was, what, 5 minutes and 54 seconds?
Yeah, 5:44 or something.
Yeah, I think, I mean, not that I have casted loads and loads of Highlander in the past, but I mean, throughout my time of casting Highlander, I believe that's about the fastest time that I've seen on this map in a casted Plat game before, so for what that's worth, you can take it with a grain of salt, but it was some pretty cool stuff out of 92 Dream Team there. Memento Mori definitely not going to go down without a fight. I mean, we saw them with a somewhat similar start, not quite as fast, but I mean, they're definitely capable of doing the same thing. Though, or I should say, they're capable of having a quick round, still being able to put up a 5:44 round, or better than that. You know, we'll see. But I mean, I think they can certainly get themselves back into this game. Nonetheless, it's kind of a reset here. So, you know, especially with this pause time, they, you know, I'm sure they've had time to chat things out and, you know, figure out what they need to do moving forward. But 92 Dream Team, I'm still sticking tight with them, man. They're looking good.
Oh, you're sticking with the team that just rolled them.
Hey, I threw out that original prediction.
I am not changing because I will need to keep my perfect incorrect record of never picking the right team in these games. But I will say we just got logs up here. Great work by, I think that's Memento Mori. That's Kev top fragging. So I want to see a little bit more. But again, another round, a lot of downtime for Memento Mori to gather their thoughts, to strategize, and come up with something for this next round. Then they will have that opportunity right away, as they will be starting on defense.
Yes. Yes, indeed they will. So we'll take a look and see. Maybe 92 Dream Team will get another beast mode push here, who knows. But Memento Mori, I'm sure they've learned from some of the things that just happened on that last round and are looking to make the adjustments needed. But we are headed into our second half here, at least as we understand it at the moment. 92 Dream Team plowing through on that first half, and much off of the plays from Space Ghost Coffee, but all of 92 playing quite well as a team here. But here we go, headed into the second half of this one here. What do you think key on defense here, Grizz, for Memento Mori, if you had to hop into their mumble and give them a piece of advice?
I would say stay calm. A lot of the biggest mistakes you're going to make is getting too wild up and trying to make hero plays when that's the last thing you want to do. You want to play how you scrimmed, show up, and just perform. You don't need anybody to go super ham. You just need people to do their jobs, and you can set a pretty good time.
And I'm sure they've had time to compose themselves and get ready to take on the second half here. So, so far not all that much action at the moment, though Giraffe may go down. Apple pops off that Uber to make sure they save their demo man, but I don't think they're going to be able to find anything onto Coldster there, and that may spell a bit of trouble, as 92 Dream Team should be able to just come straight back in with the full advantage. They are down a few players at the moment, actually make that 4. They just got 1 respawn, but they send that Uber on in anyway to take out that sentry gun. Tried to take it out, and they lose the heavy over on the side of Memento Mori. The rest of the team is able to back up here for the most part, but they will at least get this first point.
Yeah, nice idea to just come right back and not really wait around trying to hold it. Bagel takes down ODP. That's a great pick, as the demo man for blue is going to be down, preventing this push onto second point, as red Memento Mori sets up a very nice forward hold with the sentry gun in front of the tunnel.
They are full steam ahead at the moment. Apple sitting at 100%, though they have 50% advantage. Whether or not they decide to do anything with it, it's a bit trickier trying to use advantage on offense, or on defense, excuse me. So I'll see what they do with it. Apple is sitting right on the other side of them at the moment, but they decide to pop this off, send them on forward, and see what kind of frags they can get. Coldster goes down to a sniper shot there. Bagel rings off 3. Actually, no, it wasn't a sniper. That was, yeah, that was Def getting the big ambi. That's excellent.
Boy, Def with a great follow-up on that Uber. He was probably dead anyways, but a very nice shot as the medic tried to strafe out that edge down to the tunnel.
That's a big pick for them. Should certainly halt 92 Dream Team for a little while here. Apple's able to scrounge up a little bit of Uber advantage here. They decided to use that advantage that they had last time pretty aggressively, and it turned out well for them off the big play from Deft, but had he not get that, it could have hurt a little bit. The body shot from Giraffe, or from Space Ghost Coffee, takes down Giraffe. He got quite hurt, I believe from a pipe or stickies or something, and the sentry gun goes down now. 92 Dream Team looking to make their move forward here. Apple with that full Uber, but has not used it so far. Coldster very close to getting his Uber. Triple bombs in, creates a little bit of space, and they will be able to cap up on the second point here.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really agree with Bagel's choice there. Staying behind, got caught out by a nice sticky, popped him right into the open. And that means he's going to have to spend a little bit more time trying to get in position on this third point. Would have been nice to just have him already set up and have some opportunities to get some picks as the cart rolls around this corner.
We have Giraffe, Eerie, and Apple all sitting inside of the house at the moment as they're looking for their entrance in here. They had to pop off down under. Coldster got forced, it looks like, and Apple now is going for the counter pop. They have a much better Uber here, but Giraffe doesn't really seem to want to follow this too far in. Make sure that they don't overextend and die. So they didn't do too much with that counter pop, but 92 Dream Team not really doing all that much with their Uber either. But they are still gaining ground nonetheless. Pushing this card on forward. Eerie is going to go down. Oh, there's ODB. He finds two big picks too. That's Giraffe and Eerie person going down. Slemnish on a 3K and he takes down Apple. Two big plays from Slemnish. I was waiting for him to make it, and he takes down Apple. Just what 92 Dream Team needed. They're pushed up so far right now. They're going to be able to get this third point here as well, and a lot of advantage to boot Grizz.
That is... I just don't agree with how they were holding at all. Holding that top part very dangerous. Doesn't allow you to get what I consider the strongest hold on this map. That third point hold with the sentry gun back. Your medic's nice and safe. Really forces the sniper to make a ballsy play if he wants to get your medic. And as I say, Uber is popped up top by 92 Dream Team. Coldster looking to take that top, but there is already a level 1 sentry gun on red spawn side.
And Giraffe just slinging stickies over to them inside of that doorway. Oh my goodness, I believe that's 3 from him. Took down Coldster in the process. Was just raking them in, launching them over into the window, and found a few juicy frags as a result. And that'll leave Apple with a bit of advantage here, but they are on last at the moment. Memento Mori sitting on back, so we'll see how they decide to play it. But at the moment, Apple is sitting up top. Triple bombs in, takes down Apple. A brilliant counter pick coming out from Trippa. And ODB takes down Giraffe as well. And Bagel's able to take down Space Ghost Coffee. Lazy gets, takes out Doll. And there comes a backstab out from Deft. Taking out Coldster. The medic picks back and forth here, Grizz.
Deft with a great pick there again. Got the headshot on the medic earlier and a great backstab there to even out the Uber percentage. That was a huge play by him. They would have been in big trouble with that advantage that Coldster had going for him.
Yeah, that's really what they needed, because that could have spelled the end of the round potentially with one really good push with that advantage that they had. So that will at least give them a little bit more time to work with on the side of Memento Mori, having a much better defense than they did on that previous round. So they're still in this, but 4 players down at the moment on the side of Memento Mori. They have gotten a couple of spawns, but a 92 Dream Team looking to make their way towards this upper area. They're getting a lot of their ranks in there. Trippa, ODB, Coldster, Lazy, all up top there. Kev is going to come across and try and stop this cart from being pushed. Vanilla Love goes down. Scruff McGruff, Little Death as well. A few frags have been found, and they will actually exchange Ubers here out in this main entranceway onto the last point, and Giraffe goes down to Lazy, but we will see kind of a reset, at least for the time being.
I do love me some pit frags, and Giraffe gets air blasted in there. Nice work, but Bagel on a 4 killing spree just rips Trippa apart, looking at the sniper dot on his head. But the heavy comes up and takes him out. Nice job by Vanilla Love clearing that top section with the
took
time
down Apple. Took down Apple too. Vanilla Love making the heavy plays. Look at that. And there's only 3 guys up from Memento Mori right now. Little Death just standing on that cart, and they're going to have some big play here to stop this. Doll bombs in, tries and takes down these guys on the cart, is able to find 2 with the help of his NG. Actually, Scratchy was able to get the 2 frags, but a lot of the damage coming out from Dahl there, so they stopped the cart, but they're going to have to deal with an Uber coming in from Coldster here shortly, Grizz, as they are up at 100% and Apple only at 60, so we should be seeing a push here very shortly. I would imagine. Well, they're waiting, but they have the Uber, and they decided not to go with it. They had about a 50% advantage. I'm not sure if they were waiting for respawns, but they are now going to work their way towards top and actually pop the Uber off into this upper area here to try and take down Apple if they can, who's up on quick fix at the moment. And the counter pop came through from Apple. Not too many frags here. Treppa and Slemnish go down. 92 Dream Team still trying to make entrance towards this upper area, but they do have Bagel lurking in the back that they have to be careful of.
Bagel destroys Space Ghost again, hits that domination mark as he is definitely winning the sniper battle in the second half of this match here. And again, Red defense just looking very solid. They are on that quick fix though, so it's really a matter of time before they can catch him out with Uber. It's great positioning though, as Apple is holding very strongly up in the top section.
And looks like Apple is up on the quick fix at the moment. Coldster is just about ready to go with the Uber, and here comes Scruff McGruff able to take down Scratchy. He's going to be searching for some more. Takes out Bagel as well. That's a 2K for Scruff, so that may open things up a little bit. Takes out Dahl as well. That's a 3K for Scruff McGruff. He's looking for more, but Kev finally takes him down there, and that will allow 92 Dream Team to just push straight on through there. Scruff really opening things up, as well as other members of the 92 Dream Team, and they will finish off the round there. 4 points in 9 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that stands out to me about that round is Space Ghost performing extremely well in that first half. Definitely a key to his team taking the round. Struggling a lot more as it looks like Bagel is hitting his stride. And of course, both scouts doing very well. Kev, as well as Slemnish, putting up big numbers, as well as doing extremely well holding down the flank for their team.
And 92 Dream Team doing that same strat that we saw off of that kind of botched round that we had at the beginning, where they go crits off the start, lay the crit stickies out, and then they're going to switch on over to Uber here and use a regular Uber to defend with, but they wanted those crit stickies out there. So the round starting in just a few seconds here, but not quite as good of a round from 92 Dream Team, but you know, Memento Mori putting up a much better defense there than we had seen on the previous round, right, Grizz?
I mean, definitely looking much more solid, but I will say I have never been right, and this is looking oddly like a turnaround for Memento Mori here, as they had put up a much better defense, and it's looking like they're stronger as Bagel already takes down Space Ghost.
Getting rid of that sniper threat earlier will give them a bit more free reign. Slemnish goes down to Eerie Person, and it looks like they just want to storm on in here. They're getting close. Apple hanging tight with Giraffe. They're milking this Uber for a little while. We'll give them a better one. Lazy air blasting them back, though. Lazy goes down to a headshot from Bagel, who's already starting off pretty hot here, and Memento Mori, with a solid push onto this first point, will be able to cap up on it, as they're already sending Dahl and Giraffe forward. Space Ghost Coffee says no to Giraffe as he sticky jumped over the wall and got his head completely ripped off his neck. And nonetheless, Memento Mori off to a solid start here.
Yeah, Scruff McGruff doing a nice job of making sure to get that sentry so they couldn't pull it back. Little Death just a hair too late. Unfortunate for him, as he's going to have to rebuild it from scratch, as Blue is starting to take this hill with the split push between Heavy on the left side, and Demo on the right.
Ooh, and there's your boy Scruff takes out Giraffe, and Bagel, who's, as I was saying before, off to a pretty hot start, finds another headshot there, taking out the Heavy. So we are just going to see how Memento wants to move forward here. They made their way onto hill at the moment, and Bagel's just going to be seeing if he can grab any headshots, but for the time being, just a slow push. Actually, no, they decide to pop the Uber off. They will exchange Ubers here. The the counter pop comes out of Coldster to make sure they save their demo man, and not too much will be found with either of those.
Yeah, nice job there, but it looks like Blue is starting to get the upper hand on positioning, managing to kind of work that right side with Scratchy and the mini sentry. Sniper took down Little Death in that fight again, so nice job keeping that sentry down for the 92 Dream Team defense.
So they are going to grab the second point here, Memento Mori, and they're definitely looking much more solid here than they were previously. They've already gotten 2 points in a pretty rapid succession, and now 92 Dream Team's gonna have to start putting up a good defense here. Big backstab coming in from Deft as well to take down ODB. That's a crucial pick for them. Oftentimes it's pretty tough to push this third point on the offensive side, but taking ODB out of the equation will certainly make things a bit easier for them. Coldster has an Uber. Apple just about to come up on his here as well, but more frags coming through on the side of Memento Mori. It's 3 players down at the moment for them. Apple goes down to Lazy. I'm not sure what happened there. I think there was a reflect and just finished him off maybe with the flames, but nonetheless, Lazy picking up a 3K, a drop to boot, and excellent plays out of Lazy there. Just what 92 Dream Team needed to hold this push up a bit.
Yeah, Blue Team looking to try and take that little upper deck area. Got a little low and just cleaned up by Lazy. Really good heads-up play to just kind of rotate around there. Knew he wasn't going to get picked by the sniper who had already rotated. Very nicely done there. Trippa looking for some damage onto the medic, but cannot finish it up as he is taken down by a nice pipe by Giraffe.
Oh, here we go. Coldster is still sitting with this full Uber here. Space Ghost Coffee able to take down Geosis. Takes down Doll as well. That's a 2K for him. Getting 3. Takes out Bagel as well. Space Ghost Coffee now showing his presence on this half, as he's able to pick up the 3K. Deft comes in, takes out Little Death, but the sentry gun was able to finish him off, so that will be kind of a halt here as the pop does come through from Memento Mori as they send themselves forward into 92 Dream Team. And Tripper's gonna bomb around this corner. He's right onto Apple. Excellently played, well timed. Once that Uber ran out, Trippa bombs in, takes out Apple. That will hold things up even more for them and give Coldster a solid bit of advantage.
Yeah, as we approach this last point, looking at about 4 minutes 30 seconds left. That's definitely very doable, but by no means a gracious amount of time for Upward Lath. As Kev takes down Lazy, looking for more frags around the back. But Ubers are popped by Red Team, looking to get some frags on the medic, but going to be completely shut out here as Geosis traps him in the corner.
Uh-oh, this could spell a lot of trouble for 92 Dream Team. Only 3 players left alive. Memento Mori looking as though they are going to finish off. Finishes off here, yeah, pause or server dying, something of that sort. I would assume that Memento Mori is going to finish off the round, though, if there's... well, I would assume... Oh, hey, we're back.
There we go, just a little bit of lag and delay there. Looks like Blue is going to push it right up to the end here. Are they going to be able to stop him?
No. Trippa tried. He tried, but... nonetheless, I hear that our... Ooh, excuse me, Mr. Production Man's TF2 crashed, so sorry for the technical difficulty, folks. Yeah, if you didn't catch the end there, Memento Mori, they finished off the round, having a very good showing there.
Yeah, huge couple of frags there, forced in top by Soldier in Doll, maybe? I think Doll is the Soldier. Yes, he is. As well as a collapse in from Geosis to pin him in the corner. Combo went down for Red, and a pretty easy cap for Blue as they just rolled in. Not enough numbers to stop them. Vanilla Love was the only real power player up, and he was too far away to impact that cart.
So that leaves us now, as far as my understanding goes, at a...
Tiebreaker.
I believe, yes, yeah. I was making sure I was saying the right thing before I said it. That whole round at the beginning threw me for a loop, but yeah, so we should be seeing some sort of a tiebreaker here, a little bit of overtime to decide your winner, but 92 Dream Team, after having an incredible start to both sides, offense and defense, it looks like Memento Mori has finally found their game here. It took them a little while, and I'm sure that that round at the beginning didn't help too much, but they've definitely found their game now. And Grizz, you might finally get one of your predictions right in a playoff game.
Well, I don't want to get carried away yet. This has happened before. That overtime is it's tantalizing me. It's trying to get me to say that I'm going to be right, just to prove me wrong once more. So
we'll see.
I'm just going to stick with my original prediction and say that I got my reasons. Yeah. And that I'm not picking favorites because I really am not as connected with the scene as I once was. But I sure do hope that I'm right this time.
Hey, there's a first time for everything. Who knows? But looks like we are headed straight on into it here. I hear the countdown going, so we are headed into a bit of overtime here, folks. The tie-breaking round. This will seal the deal here. Winner of this match will go on to face K and D in the upper bracket semifinals. The loser of this game will get knocked down to the lower bracket. It is a double elimination playoff bracket, so they will have another chance, whoever loses this game, to get themselves back into the grand finals, but they can't lose another game after that, whoever loses this one here. So very important, especially keeping yourselves in that upper bracket. You have kind of that safety net of being able to lose a game. You won't get knocked out of the tournament. So a lot on the line here for these teams as we head into this one here. I still have faith in the 92 Dream Team. I feel a similar comeback as Memento Mori just had, Grizz.
All right,
I know you disagree.
I will say nobody likes playing on Thursdays, so that is in itself enough reason to want to win this game. Forget the championships, just don't play on Thursdays.
Well, these guys are definitely trying to make sure they don't have to play on Thursday. Space Ghost Coffee starting things off, taking out Kev as he tried to run around the corner. A big bomb coming through from Giraffe. Actually got himself all the way behind the 6 sticky jumps there, and a couple other sniper frags going to come out here, but Giraffe has gotten himself all the way behind here, and he's going to come back in for another bomb. Comes in onto the sentry. Oh my goodness. I hope we had that on camera. That was great. I think he tried to caver the sentry. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. I followed him the whole way. That was a lot of fun.
A valiant effort, I would say, but unable to get the frag on it there. As blue team is pushing up this right side, getting a little bit more aggressive positioning, but the flank taken down by some nice rockets by Trippa. But here is Uber's exchange pushing in here. Coldster definitely needs to get out here and get reset up on this third point. That's a very nice first point capture. Giraffe coming in trying to get some damage on the...
Very good start here for Memento Mori. Scruff McGruff making some plays, takes down Erie, and he got the headshot onto Giraffe. Slemnish cleaned up on that damage, so they grabbed the first point here, Memento Mori, quite quickly. And they're off to a fantastic start. They've been tight so far. Def coming in from behind. Coldster takes him out with a backstab. And that will just add to the momentum that Memento Mori has been compiling here. As
the Memento Mori momentum. It's just,
yes. It's a mouthful.
Just massive right now. Monumental, I would even say.
I would agree. Definitely monumental, because now Apple is sitting at 80% Uber, and it's going to be... I mean, there's really not all that much that 92 Dream Team can do to stop this point unless someone makes a miraculous play or even to hold them up here, because they still have just loads of advantage to work with. And yeah, they're going to have to start backing themselves off here.
Yeah, damage coming in way too much for 92 to handle. Gonna have to pull back, try and set up this third point. Little Death unable to keep a sentry over this the first part, so he's gonna have to set it up again. But other than that, the hold is looking pretty solid. But Space Ghost Coffee forced back a little bit as they're rushing in to try and get the frag on it.
As we do have a battle going out on to the third point here. Slemnish able to get in, take down Giraffe, and Deft goes down as well to Lazy. But they are staying steady on this cart. Scratchy is just pushing it right along, and Kev is going to be coming out from behind here. Got a couple of good shots off onto Space Ghost Coffee, unable to secure any frags. Actually goes down to the body shot of Space Ghost Coffee. So we're kind of back to square one here. Both teams with a full Uber. This third point notoriously tough to push. So we'll see how they decide to go about it. What's kind of your best bet here, Grizz, to pushing this tough third point?
We touched on it a little bit when we were talking about key players here. It's vital to get the sniper and pyro, pyro for this third point especially, out if you want to push it. And there it is. Space Ghost goes down. That's one of the biggest openings you're going to need. And of course, any other frags on the side are definitely going to help. Slemnish, though, making sure that it is not an unfair numbers fight as he picks up 2 frags and goes on a 6-free on the flank.
He's been doing quite well on the defense for 92 Dream Team here, but Memento Mori getting pretty close to this cap. Both teams still have that full Uber, but neither have used it yet. As Cold Stare backs off towards the sentry. Ooh, they do have Deft comes in, takes down Vanilla Love with a backstab, and I hear headshots ringing off. That's Space Ghost Coffee taking down Geosis and Kev as well with the body shot. But Apple getting ready to come in here. Oh, DB almost gets dropped by his medic, but manages to stay alive. They exchange the Ubers. Not too much was done with either of them. And it'll just kind of be a reset here. But Giraffe is able to find a couple of frags. Takes down Scruff, Little Death, and gets a whole lot of other damage off. And Memento Mori gets the third point.
Yeah, nice work there as both teams are moving up here. Blue Sniper looking for a pick here, peeking an odd angle, and takes down Colster. What a brilliant spot there. A great play from Bagel, just crouching right next to the boxes. Very unique. Haven't really seen that shot before, but excellent work by Bagel.
That could be just the thing that Memento Mori needed. Now they will have quite a bit of advantage to work with to push into this last point. Some counter frags are coming through from 92 Dream Team, actually. ODB and company able to find some here. Vanilla Love finally going down to Kev, and the respawns are out now from 92 Dream Team, or at least from some of their combo players, but they have to deal with an Apple Uber that'll be coming through here shortly, and this card is just chugging along on its tracks. So now we'll have to see what 92 Dream Team can do to stop this one. Space Ghost Coffee just with the Doctor Order, takes down Apple, drops him with a big headshot, and that was much needed for 92 Dream Team to halt this push a little bit. Oh my goodness. That will certainly put a dent in the push, as now the advantage goes over to Cold Stir, and they just bought themselves a whole load of time.
Sentry gun picked off by the direct hit. Nice work there. Sniper battle looking very different from what it did before. Quick fix is going to be popped off here for Red Team, trying to stop this cart. Looking pretty good, but frags are going to start going in the way of Memento Mori, it looks like, as it is still 4-4 though, so...
Oh, it's very tight. Slemnish takes down Doldraf. Is just going to be standing on this cart, though. Slemnish will hop across, take him down, but he falls to his death. ODB's got to come up big here. Luckily, they got the respawn from Trippa. 92 Dream Team did. Takes down Deft, but ODB ends up going down to Bagel, and he gets Space Ghost Coffee as well. Scruff McGruff finishes him off. Frags going left and right here. Deft picks up 2, takes down Coldster, and Trippa finally. Memento Mori finishes off the round. My goodness, that was absolute chaos there at the end, but they finally finish it off. 6 minutes and 27 seconds for the 4 points. Whew! My goodness, Grizz.
What
happened?
A couple of frags there, both assassin classes going huge. I think there was 9 frags,
very
and 7
exciting.
of them were from just between the spies and snipers. So excellent job there getting the picks. Both medics just cleaned up right away. Scouts going at it. What a fantastic end to that round as Memento Mori sets a pretty good time, 6:27, second fastest time we've seen today.
Definitely a solid time. 92 Dream Team's going to have to put up very, very good offense here to be able to match that. We've seen them do it before, though, so not out of the realm of possibility by any means. They can definitely do this and even beat it, but Memento Mori definitely setting a solid pace there by getting that time. So It's going to come down to the wire in this one. I have a feeling, Grizz. It's been one hell of a game there. That round was ridiculous. In case you're just joining us, though, this is some overtime action to decide who goes on to, well, stay in the upper bracket, I should say, in these UGC Platinum Highlander Season 18 playoffs. You're here at EVLTV, so we've got a hell of a game. If you know some people that aren't watching this, you got to get them in here, because we got some good TF2 action here. But 92 Dream Team now on offense, trying to beat that time of 6:27 to win the game. And, well, so far, a few picks coming across the board, but nothing too crazy so far, but they are staying steady on the cart, getting it up here. We should be seeing a push soon.
OTP with the double donks onto Giraffe. Ew. Nice work there. Trippa also taking down Deft on the flank, and that is going to call for red team to pull out here. I did not see if the engineer got the sentry. Does look like he did. Going to be able to set up at this entrance to this tunnel. But we'll see if they can hold it. They did lose Giraffe and a lot of ground with it. Bagel takes down Vanilla Love.
Ooh. Lazy getting a nice little reflect there to take down Deft. And the Ubers are going to be exchanged here, though, out by this second point, as they just kind of smash faces into each other for a moment. But not all that much seen as a result of those Ubers. Kev goes down, Deft as well. And now 92 Dream Team looking to make their pushes. They're getting that cart on through the tunnel. Memento Mori is right by their spawner.
Yeah, nice positioning from, I almost said SS because I was looking at Lazy. 92, as they are just bottlenecking them, taking that high ground. Sniper's getting out, though. Bagel takes down Space Ghost Coffee as a little parting hello or goodbye as he domes him and rolls back. But he also peeks back one more time, twice more, as he takes down Slemnish and Scruff McGruff. Not quite giving up this point for free, as he is just railing off headshots and kills.
Indeed he is, making his presence known here. Vanilla Love almost going down to death, but keeps himself alive. He ends up going down anyway to Doll. And Bagel finding more headshots here. Takes out ODB with a big one out by the third point. So 92 still pushing forward here. Both teams with a full Uber to work with. Apple staying inside of this house area, so we should be seeing an exchange here, rather shortly. And
yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about this hold. I criticized it last time. It looks like they're still going to try it again. They're running quick picks, am I right? Or is this, oh, sorry, it was Uber with a buff blown there. So blue team trying to get around this corner, but are going to get pressured out. I don't know how red team's going to defend it. They're kind of stuck in house right now, but it looks like Deft is going to come up with a big pick on Vanilla Love, and the rest of them just going to be popped out there and forced to Uber.
This is some awkward positioning here, as Memento Mori's Uber was kind of popped from behind them, but 92 Dream Team getting wiped off the planet anyway. Coldster ends up going down. It was kind of an awkward scenario. You had Memento Mori's combo inside of the house. They had popped the Uber off and were trying to come out of house kind of towards the second point and started to wrap around, but the 92 Dream Team, combo is kind of up more towards the third point, but they ended up getting demolished there anyway. We're going to see just about even Ubers nonetheless out of this one. Apple with just a bit less than 15% advantage, so not all that much for them. But they finally have taken control of the house, and they're slowly but surely working on this third point, but they only have 2 minutes and 25 seconds, Grizz.
Yeah, this is really pushing the envelope right now, trying to make this cap happen, as they have ×3 on the card as fast as it'll go. Trippa taking down Kev and Bagel, 2 big picks, but Scratchy also going to take down the sniper for 92 Dream Team. And Doll doing a nice job of cleaning off that cart. Didn't quite get it before it made it to the top of those caution rails, which means it would have rolled down. But cleaning it off nonetheless and buying a little bit more time, as the clock strikes 2 minutes left to get these last 2 points.
Both teams exchange Ubers here out by this third point. This post-Uber fight could prove to be very critical here. They lose Vanilla Love, and 92 Dream Team needs to start pushing hard, as They're against the clock on this one. They do grab this third point. They only have 1 minute and 35 seconds to make something happen here. They got to get in, or Memento Mori is going to win this game and move forward in the upper bracket, sending 92 Dream Team down into the lower bracket. So they're going to have to come up with an excellent push here, but Bagel, finding a headshot of his own, takes down ODB as he was trying to peek through main. So a little bit of advantage will actually be in the hand of Coldster. Space goes, Coffee goes down to Bagel. Triple will go down as well. So now that's a few out of the mix for 92 Dream Team. They have some advantage. I hope they're aware of it because they're going to have to go with what they have here on this push.
Yeah, they have a little bit of time. They still have more than enough to push it in. It only takes about 15, 20 seconds. But they really need to coordinate a push. They can't afford to lose any more people. Uber popped up top. Nice job, but Trippa gets destroyed by Reflect as he continues to just clean it up top.
And counterpop comes out of Memento Mori. A few players down on each side of the coin here as 92 Dream Team desperately trying to make a push onto this last level 3 sentry gun up top. And that is Coldster going down to Def, the big backstab. But we also had, oh my goodness, a lot of players down on the side of Memento Mori. Frags coming through here left and right. Little Death trying to come in, do what he can, but there's only 10 seconds left. Respawn starting to come through on both sides, but they gotta get on this cart and finish it off. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time here. Coldster desperately trying to get onto this one, but that sentry gun is still up just with seconds left. Memento Mori finishes it off. They make the defense happen. And they win the game in overtime, or your tiebreaker there, and they will move on to face K&D in the upper bracket in just brilliant fashion. Dazzling, really. I mean, that was an excellent game to watch, and you were right, Grizz.
Whew! 1-15, I think, is my record now, so.
Hey.
Crushing it.
And better late than never to get one of those predictions right.
So let's see, looking at these logs real quick, no surprise, Slemnish, as you called, great performance today, followed up by Bagel with 17 frags, tons of damage coming out there. Space Ghost Coffee, though, not doing too bad either, 15 frags, 390 DPM, not even much difference between him and Bagel at all this match. Big shout out, though, to Giraffe with 418 deeps, beating ODB by exactly 1 damage per minute. So, yeah, good work there.
As I said, and as you said as well, Slemnish definitely making a big impact for 92 Dream Team there. Just wasn't quite enough in the end. Still just an incredible game all around, though. So close. This time, Memento Mori getting the better of 92 Dream Team, where, as we were saying during the pregame, that 92 Dream Team gave them a stomping on Asheville in week 2 of the season, beating them 4-0, but Memento Mori getting their revenge tonight, and they will go on to play K&D next week in the upper bracket semifinals, which will be an extremely tough game for them, but that'll be on Product, so we'll have to see. But K&D definitely one of the best teams in the division here, so tough game ahead for Memento Mori. 92 Dream Team will go down into the lower bracket. They stay in the tournament, and they will actually play, I believe they will play the loser of, they'll play the loser of one of these games. I'm not sure which one. I don't have the bracket up, but they will be playing once again, and it will be on Upward. Again, no, excuse me. Yeah. So still have life, but some great TF2 tonight here, Grizz, man. It's a hell of a game for us to come back and cast together on.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to cast a good game. Both teams really showing up. Hats off as well to Deft. I didn't really give him a mention in the logs, but he did do extremely well, getting 3 med picks, as well as a bunch of other impressive plays tonight as well.
Yeah, I know there was numerous times where Deft was coming up with some really big med picks and other crucial picks on the demo or what have you. Really, just at pivotal moments in the game too, nonetheless. So big shout outs to him, and a lot of the assassin classes doing work for both teams here this evening, coming up with some pretty big picks when they were necessary. But in the end, Memento Mori takes it in your tie-breaking round. going forward, excuse me, in our in our playoff race here in season 18, UGC Platinum Highlander. I don't think there's too much more for us here.
Shorts and shoutouts, boys.
Yes.
Shirts and shoutouts.
Shirts and shoutouts. That's right. You guys go ahead on over to EVL.gg, right? And you can go ahead check out the shirts that are over there on the website. Buying one directly supports not only EVL but the caster or producer or member of EVLTV whose shirt you buy. Directly supports them as well as the organization. It's a great thing to do. There's some pretty dope shirts over there, so definitely make sure you check those out and grab one if you have a little bit of money to spare. Some pretty cool stuff. So definitely tune in over to that on evl.gg. But Grizz, you want to go ahead with your closing comments here before we shut things down?
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to cast with you, Gecks, as well as you, Dashner. You guys know that you are the only casting pair for me. Huge shout out to my boys over at Viper Gaming, especially those who are still watching. Cam, Kami, Cyrix, you guys are the men. The men, I guess. Also, shout out to Dog Grips too, as well as Dogo Grips. And Draggy Walker. Thanks. Inside jokes.
Yes, inside jokes. Good old Dog Grips. Anyway, yeah, it's a pleasure as always, Grizz, casting with you. It was good to get back in here. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again during playoffs at some point. I'm sure we will. Hopefully, assuming our schedules align in the stars. But anyway, I think that will do it in for us this evening.
One more. I just saw a message on my stream. Shout out to Sigafu as well. I'm sorry I didn't even get a chance to read this. I hope everything worked out. And as always, you're the man, Sig. Later.
And that will oh, sorry, one more for me. I forgot. I had to shout out Dashner, our producer. How could I forget that? Dashner, our man, the myth, the legend. Excellent production as always, of course, from him. Gotta love it. Keeping us sane here as well and entertained during some of our stalemate periods or pauses or whatever. So anyway, from all of us here at EVLTV, for myself, Gecks, Grizz, everyone else, thank you for tuning in with us here this evening on EVLTV. Make sure you check back in later this week for some more UGC Platinum Highlander Season 18 playoff action. We will see you guys then, and thank you for watching.